Hey, what's up guys? This afternoon I'm heading into the city, heading on to Macquarie Sports Radio to talk all sports with Craig Willis and Clinton Maynard. We'll be talking about a whole range of topics from Origin to Soccer World Cup, which is on at the moment, Formula One, Daniel Ricciardo, NFL, Tom Brady. Talking sport is a passion of mine, and I could definitely see myself doing something like this post-football. Just pulled over, quickly going to call the producer so he can let us in the building.
Yes?
Hey Dale, it's Chad Townsend, how you going?
Good mate, where are you?
I'm just on Bank Street.
That's where you want to be. That's where you want to be, on Bank Street.
Yeah.
Go down to our big double doors right next to, there's a child mining centre down there, mate, called City West Childcare, 132 Banks.
Yep.
We're right next to that, and that's where I'm just going to come down and stick my head out.
Okay, no worries. Thanks mate, I'll see you in a minute.
See you mate, thanks.
Bye. We just got to Macquarie Sports Radio, and now we're just about to have the pre-show meeting to talk about what we're going to talk about. I'm just showing Dale, the producer of the show, my Mavic Pro video.
I'm amazed. I had no idea you could actually walk without bumping into walls, let alone do something like this.
Yes, not a flat earth. He's into earthing anyway.
So guys, this afternoon we'll be talking sport. This is Clint Maynard, host of the Macquarie Sports Radio Show. We'll be talking all sport this afternoon. What are we talking about, Clint?
We're going to talk about everything. We're going to talk about State of Origin. Origin 2 is tonight. New South Wales up against Queensland. Who's going to win? But critically, how does Kalen Ponga get into the game? Kalen Ponga will play off the bench. Not sure how Kevy Wattles will use him, because he's a fullback. But the best fullback in the game, don't you reckon, Chad, is Billy Slater?
Definitely, I agree. I think it's a great point. I don't exactly know how they'll use him, but we'll be talking all sport this afternoon from 4 p.m.
We might talk about Tongan Rugby League as well. What you think of the Tongans? Geez, they're bloody passionate, aren't they?
Have a look at the setup.
Williamson.
You had to pick pre-match entertainment for the State of Origin, Craig. Who would you pick?
I like John Williamson. He did the Wallabies pre-match.
Yeah, that's
for
pretty
many
good,
years, and he was terrific. And I like his music. I have very strange. Chad, who's your favourite artiste?
Jesus, I don't mind a whole
but
range.
he's good.
Yeah, I mean, I really like the Foo Fighters. I like Red Hot Chili Peppers, but
Yes.
you know, I like a whole range of music, all different genres. Even as we mentioned before, Peking Duck. I don't mind them. But yeah, my favourite. I've seen the Foo Fighters in Auckland actually at Mount Smart Stadium live. So I'd say they're probably one of my favourites for sure.
Yeah, they're right up there for mine too. I really enjoy their music.
If you could pick the pre-match entertainment or the halftime entertainment, you're given the job by the NRL of being in charge of the ceremonies and the entertainment. Who would you pick?
Jeez, that's probably a different generation to you, but I'd probably have to pick Drake.
Yeah, no, I know of Drake's work. You may not know of Drake's work, Craig. He's
So
not your
Francis
style,
Drake.
let me tell you. He's not your style, Drake.
Francis Drake, yeah.
No, he'd rev up the audience. Now, Freddie likes to do things a bit differently in State of Origin camp, as we've been discovering over the last couple of weeks.
The boys are real big on earthing at the moment, so I know Freddie's big on that as well. So we did a bit of earthing after training.
Now, that's Jared Hayne, because up when he played in Darwin a few weeks ago, the Eels players decided to do exactly what Freddie's been doing with the State of Origin team, and earth. So they took the boots off. They were there standing on the field in Darwin, bare feet. During the week, Coogee Oval, the State of Origin team did it again. They all ripped their boots off and were earthing. Do you reckon Flano might introduce this to the Sharks players?
I'm not too sure actually, but I've got a little story. I think before Freddie started earthing, it's Matt Pryor, who's just been called into the Origin team. Actually, at the start of the year in pre-season, we'd walk over to the gym and I'd look at Matt Pryor and he wouldn't be wearing shoes, and I'd be like, mate, what's going on? Like, why don't you wear shoes in the gym? Like, you might drop some weights on your feet or something like that. He's like, nah, like I'm earthing. And I'm like, what is it? He's like, you just feel the earth, and like, you know, when you do leg weights like squats or deadlifts, it's good for your feet. Like you don't have that soft padding that the shoe provides. You just feel the the floor and provides that extra sort of strength to your feet. And I just like earthing. And I was like, that's pretty odd. That's pretty odd. And then he goes into Origin. Now he's doing it in Origin with Freddie, and I'm thinking those two would get along just fine.
Yeah, the earthing could mean anything. What they need to call it is carol kinging.
What do you mean by that?
Carol
King,
Kinging.
the singer.
Yeah. What was
I feel the earth move. I feel the
under
earth
my
move.
feet.
I feel the earth
Yes.
move, of course. State of Origin 2 on tonight, 13-12-83. Look, away from rugby league for a moment. The biggest sporting event on the planet is actually not State of Origin, although I'm sure there'll be a lot of people all over the planet watching Origin.
According to you, it is.
Well, look,
State of Origin.
It is a big deal, but there'll be people watching Origin all over the world. But they're playing rugby league in Denver this morning.
That's right. Yeah, they've got 19,000 people there.
How about this, Chad? Denver, the home of the Denver Broncos, right, in the NFL. They got a good crowd, just under 20,000. Most of the people didn't turn up until half-time.
Really?
Yeah, so...
Why is that?
Well, American sports go for so long.
Go for like 3-4 hours.
I mean, you watch a bit of NFL.
Yeah, love NFL.
Goes for ages, doesn't it? Apparently they've developed a culture over there where people don't turn up until about half an hour into the game. So with the rugby league this morning between England and New Zealand, they were thinking the same
After
thing.
the first quarter?
Yeah, they turned up at half time, not realising they're going to miss half the game.
Jeez.
Yeah, seriously. But the biggest sporting event in the world, shock horror, is the World Cup of football. The Socceroos are just alive. Now, for the second match in a row, Timmy Cahill was left on the bench. And we couldn't score a goal there at the end. We needed, obviously, a goal to win the game when it was 1-1. As a watcher of all sports, Chad, do you think that was fair on Timmy Cahill? Is he sitting on the bench the whole game?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you see a lot of comments on social media about getting Tim Cahill in, and he's probably our most recognised Socceroo. That's a fair comment. And I guess at that time of the game, we did really need a goal. Tim's probably one of our best strikers, definitely with his aerial status. So, I would have liked to see Tim on. I think personally, he's one of the best strikers in the world, or that Australia's ever seen. So we needed a goal. We needed something to spark us. Why? I'm not sure why they didn't put him on. Well, there it is, guys. Done now. That was a bit of fun. Hope you enjoyed it. Really enjoyed talking all sport. Thanks for watching. See you next week. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe.